Okay. Hi, guys. Good evening and welcome to the Talking Point Show on Elevated TV and radio. Yesterday was exciting. Yesterday was beautiful in a whole lot of ways. Yesterday was the first time we had to do YouTube live after a very long while, and it was fun. And thanks to everybody who showed. The show must go on. Because we can't sit here and say, oh, because they say everybody should sit at home then for the next 6 months or so. For instance, if COVID-19 is there, then we'll just sit down. I mean, the show would die. So I think it was a wise thing to do. And I was like, well, it does make sense anyway. And I checked out the possibility of making it happen. Sorry, I'm trying to put my phone on silence. I checked out the possibility of making it happen, and I realized that it is something that we can do. And so here we have Mark and I'm your host. But the way the show is, we'll talk about just about everything, ask any question, make your own contribution, give your own opinion. But because we're doing the live stream, and YouTube Live is not like Instagram where you can add other people, or like Zoom. I don't know if you guys know how to use Zoom, or like Zoom where you can have multiple users. I'm looking forward to the day where we'll use Zoom anyway. But I mean, when we resume in the office, I think I'll try it. I get guys to download Zoom so that they can be live on our live broadcast, on our recording when we're recording the show, when we're shooting in the studio. Right now I'm in my house. But having said that, let me calm down a bit. I'm a little bit tensed. This happened, but in Spain, in Italy, in Germany, in other countries, they're already done with that conversation. But then the conversation that is strong for me is not something that was rehearsed or pre-planned. Let's not forget that. People have a life, people have a structure. Nigeria is not like the American economy, for instance, where people have been giving $1,200, $2,500, and the rest of them, where most of the things you need, you can actually sit in your home generator. They don't have to battle with going to buy pure water. These things can be delivered to them. Electricity is constant. Okay, so you say people should stay at home for 2 weeks. Consider the fact that that for me is out of it. You're trying to protect people from coronavirus. It's not war. We're not in war, in physical war. It's not a gun war. Even if you see people out, I think the security forces should stop people, ask them where they're going to. First, you can go to your work. If you sell food, yes, you can go to your work, but just reduce public gathering and then don't turn the road to football field. But I think that is being too much violence. The army are acting as if Nigerians are their problem. If the army were this aggressive, that's just my take on it anyway. And another thing that I like to say on the Talking Point show, I like to give an opinion on something. You see, after coronavirus, the way the world lives will change. There is one major battle of 5G technology that the Chinese are trying to introduce already. That's going to cause a lot of problems. Plus, we were not able to live well. We're not able to manage well. Now it is dropping. We don't know if it will rise after coronavirus. Let me use Uber as a very good example. If you go to the US, in New York, for instance, you see people splitting Uber. Like, oh, we're going the same direction. We order the Uber. You just want the person to take you. You don't want another person to occupy your space. We're going to learn how to collaborate. We're going to learn how to share burden. If you have an office that is very big and there's space in it, rent some part of the office out for other people to use so that you share generator bill, you share light bill, you share rent. So many things like that. It's something we need to stop. You know why? The more collective and individual wealth we create, the better it is for us, because the wealth we generate for the nation does not get to us. So it is about time we start thinking of, oh, what does Mark have that I can say? It doesn't mean that I know it all, or it doesn't mean that what I am saying is the best. I'm encouraged by the turnout already, but let me start with this. Okay, Mark, say good evening, Edafe. Good evening to you. Oladiran Oluwatosin, say good evening, boss. Good evening to you. Okonkwo Chijoke, say good evening. Elegbota1, good evening to you, bros. Oladiran Kokona, say, boss, please tell us why you turned down BBC after 3 times. Okay, the first time was when I just left Brilla in 2017, and I looked at it like, okay, come on, it's a regular thing. It's not a big deal. It's not what I want, because I I remember I've said on air before one time that if I left Brilla, I was not going to work for any other radio or TV station. I was going to go do something on my own. Then I don't even thought about Elevator TV or Elevator TV radio. This was in 2013, before the 2014 World Cup. Just towards that November 2013, I remember I was doing a show. I came in the evening with Murphy, and fans were calling in and asking questions. Somebody said, "Okay, I think we're having one issue with Nigeria Info or so," and somebody said that I should take it easy the way I'm going. Maybe I might work for them or tomorrow. And I said, "There's not tomorrow in this for me. My plan was to stay in radio for two way. A third child was even going to be able to come." So I said to myself, it's not a job that have promotion. It's not a job that is pensionable. The day they sack you, it's gone. There's no pension to it. So that was the plan. Then there's no need. And then if I leave here, I'm going to go somewhere else. Okay, let's say maybe they was going to employ me. Well, how much are they going to pay me? Okay, I'm going to enjoy a lot of traveling, which I have done. I've been to 51 countries and back. So there was no excitement. There was no motivation. So I said to myself, you know what? Put the energy that you have. It will take 10 years maximum to hit that height of what we're expecting, where every month we can look back and pay up to 3,000 workers and not be shaken. It will take us 10 years to get there. So I said, you know what? Build it. People will laugh at you, people will mock you, you will struggle, but you will control a lot of things. And then there were so many things that were missing in Nigerian media that I felt I could contribute. Take, for instance, 95% of Nigerian media is focused on foreign football, especially the sporting media. It's focused on foreign. Nobody is talking about grassroots in Nigeria. Nobody, even the NPFL does not get as much mention. We agree that they don't have TV rights, but why are all the results that LMC is tweeting is what we'll announce on match day, and then whatever they put, we don't have reporters scattered across the place. I felt there's a vacuum, there's an opportunity there. I want to take that opportunity and fill it up, but it's not going to happen right now. It's going to take some time. But I'm already doing the best that I can do within my beat. So by the second time and it's like, oh, do you want to work with us? I'm like, no, I don't want to work with you guys because right now I set my engine running and it is fine, and I don't think I want to do it. Then the third one, I have not been able to check up on you since you left. My bad. So many things have been happening. You know that problem that we had that day that you came to my place has escalated. Like, we've lost all our generators. Actually, we've lost all our generators. All 3 generators are down. Meltdown. But good evening, boss. Long time. See here, let's not turn the show to meet and greet. Let's make the show run. Okay, I appreciate the greetings, but when somebody watch the show tomorrow and they will not be interested in coming back again because it's a meet and greet. So it's a talking point show. What's the talking point show about? Talking point show is a show where we raise talking points. Anything that you want us to discuss, what I do right with politics, I don't want to raise all those down. I'm not also religious conversation. So those are the 2 things that we should stay away from. But every other thing, we'll hope for it. I hope you guys get it. Matthias Jacob, he said, boss, good evening to you and all my family here. Good evening to you. You don't learn how to be a good husband. You don't learn how to be an entrepreneur. Leave all these things, this business school, that business school. You really don't learn it, especially if no school will teach you how to deal with bad generator. No school will teach you how to deal with when they refuse to give you loan if you apply for loan. No school will teach you how to deal with when you do your job that people ask you to do, you provide, you and we don't have a dime in our bank account, but collectively people are owing us, other businesses, and there are people who really inspire, people like Akin Alabi, not because of his politics, but his politics is also beautiful. I don't think I want to be a politician anyway, but his politics is beautiful. If every politician is like Akin Alabi, I think all of us want to. His business is fine. You look at Kunle Shoname, Bet Nigeria, his business is fine. You look at other people that are doing business. You look at this. You read the story of Tony Lumelu. All of these people, one way or the other, they inspire you because you think, okay, if these guys could do it, you think they didn't face challenges? You think they didn't face stress? You think that they were born with silver, diamond, or golden spoon? Obviously, they were not. So you sit where you are. You tell yourself that, look, if they survived it, I am going to survive it. It's gonna be tough. It's not gonna be easy, but I'm going to get through it. So that's how I've been able to get through it. My biggest problem, biggest pain is buying fuel and diesel and running these generators, 3 generators running simultaneously. Sometimes, one after this has happened. What's the next step? I can't fold up and pack up. No, I will not. But It's tough as an entrepreneur. It's tough because you're thinking at the end of the month, the numbers, the trend, and then you're tempted to do just about what every other person is doing that you said at the beginning you are not going to do. Like, oh, let's go and get some naked girls video, 5 minutes, 3 minutes video that will trend. Let's go and get some comedy skits that will not make any sense, that will be very foolish, but it will go viral. You're tempted to do all that because you need numbers. It is numbers that give you money in this industry. But we are not like that. We're a different brand. So I want to hold myself and say, the thing that pushes us into doing this is what we want to do. We want to bring grassroots to the fore. We want to do content that people will fall in love with. We want to do content that will grow. It will take time, but I believe that it will work. So that's the way it is. I mean, it is tough. Oh, I won't lie to you, it is tough, but we'll get there. Matthias Jacob Abba, he said, Elevator TV Radio, is there any way you and Adepoju Toby Samuel can collaborate on our grassroots football as to make it easy for people to be more focused on the league and grassroots? I think there's something that a lot of people don't know. This Elevator TV idea actually started after a conversation between me and Adepoju Toby. My producer, Kalajaya Ahmed, actually was information about, oh, this player is coming up, this one is coming up, go and check him out, you can go see what you can do with this one. So we're actually already collaborating, okay? Try and bring it to people out there all over the world and see the upcoming talent in Nigeria, the game. We will create iLive. We can't broadcast live video. We would live stream it. We would test it with our equipment and live stream it and see how it goes. But unfortunately, that has not, we don't know where things stand right now. But let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that things will get well. Tosi Michael, he said, I had a discussion in our football group today, and it goes, will you rate Mikel as a top 10 all-time best Nigerian player? Player, no. Midfielder, yes. Because this is how it is. If you say player now, you're generalizing everybody. So let's even draw a template for top 10. I didn't watch Tesli Balogun, but if Tesli Balogun have done so much that there are this much story about him, I'm going to put him on the list. So let me start with Tesli Balogun. Let me put in there Sondo Lise, Finidi George, Emmanuel Amuneke. This is 10 already. And I'm not done. So if you say all-time Nigerian footballers, no. Top 10, no. But top 10 Nigerian midfielder, like number 10, you obviously are going to put him even in the top 5 or in top 3 brackets. Because I would even pick Mikel. The funny thing is I'll pick Mikel ahead of Austin Okocha in that position. Okay, so when you come to the wider spectrum of Nigerian footballers, it's a different thing. It's a different thing entirely. If you take, for instance, I will pick, if you talk about Nigerian footballer, because people sometimes are, oh, he won a lot of trophy with Chelsea. Yes, he did. Does that make him better than Mudalawa? The answer is no. Okay, because I saw these two players play. Oh, I won Champions League with Manchester United, better than him. The answer is no. That's a topic for another day anyway. But if you're talking about all-time top 10 all-time Nigerian footballers, I won't put him in the top 10. But top 10 all-time Nigerian midfielders, we don't have them that much, so it'll be there. Daniel, you say, I know this Corona stuff is still on, but we hope it goes soon. Before it came, some people, even ex-players, have been clamoring for Ighalo to come back to the team, to the national team, right? What's your take? My take is that I don't think Ighalo should come. Now, I don't think Ighalo should rescind his decision to retire. These are my reasons. In 2018, when we went to the World Cup, Ighalo was not really bad, but he wasn't in the best of form. He missed one chance. Nigerians almost killed him. And there's this thing I always say, every footballer is one bad miss away from being crucified. 2 fantastic goals away from becoming king. Ahmed Musa is a good example. We already have a system where we are blooding in the next generation. Why players? And then we're also remolding and remodeling our midfield. So, and then where we have problem is in our defense. So instead of, when they are not delivering. There is Victor Osimhen, there's Desas, there's Chukwueze, there is Samuel Kalu, there is a whole lot of frontmen in that team. Even Ahmed Musa, I would still say he should retire. That time is come and gone. So I don't think Ighalo should come back. I mean, he's my friend, he's my guy. If he calls me today and asks my opinion, guys, everybody's saying I should come back. What do you think? I'll tell him straight up, play your football and retire. No, there's no need. You don't have to come back. You don't need. Nigeria does not need. I say we're not missing you per se, because this is how I'm going to explain it to him. If you didn't come to Manchester United, if we're playing in China, nobody will call you back. But it's the same boy you're playing in Manchester United that you're playing in China. As a matter of fact, you play a lot more minutes, a lot more regular playing time in China that you're playing in Manchester United, scoring the same number of goals. But because you came to Manchester United and scored 2 or 3 goals and you made one, how to become a football intermediary. They are no longer called agents. But you go and write exam. The process is you write an exam with the NFF. You go through the NFF, so to go, and it costs some money anyway, close to $500,000 or so or more. So you write the exam and then you're done. But that's the reason for the Talking Point Show. Actually, the Talking Point Show is set up so that we can have conversations going. And it seems like everybody has shut down on the questions. I'm not seeing any question anymore. Biodun Lawal, he said, great to have you. Okay, I've seen that. Matthias Jacob, he said, in terms of best in the game, first off, is gifted by no design. It's not as if you go to school to go and get the voice. By no design of his, is gifted with one of the best voice for radio. That is untouched. That part of him is untouched. And then he knows how to use it. Like, I'm one of the worst voice when it comes to radio, like quality of voice, 0. So it means that I needed to work a effort to be able to capture the attention of people. I needed to make noise more, talk more. Olushayi, say great job, thank you. Olushayi say, but the network here is bad. So this is not like radio where it's okay, go and adjust the antenna. It is what it is. It's network. It's what we suffer in Nigeria. Okay, there is a Mustaway Precious. You say you are an Arsenal fan. You are an Arsenal fan. In recent times, which players' departures has been the most painful to you? Recent time, can we put a number to it? Because the last time a player left Arsenal and I felt bad was Patrick Vieira. For me, that decision was ridiculous. It was what it meant to play for Arsenal. And then Dennis Bergkamp was going to retire a few months away. What the hell did you let him go? That's the only time I felt like a player left and I felt bad, because once Vieira left, I knew that I was already telling people around me, because this thing, people that very soon, Thierry Henry will go, this one will go. People talk about Robin Van Persie leaving, but I know the truth was asking questions and nobody was responding to it. The agent's job is to secure his player, is to protect his player, and he did what was right. And that somebody else is asking for you and they are willing to double, or it was priceless. It was those players that play with heart. A player that Thierry Henry would put a free kick and he would go there and kick the ball. That's a player that plays with that. That's the kind of thing that I would do. That's me. That's me, That's me, Robin Van Persie. So letting him go, you want to build football. I don't believe that footballers should be humble. Humility is not part of the game. I like Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I like Eric Cantona. I like Dennis Bergkamp. I like stubborn people. I like Thierry Henry. He's arrogant. Yes, I like Zidane. Yeah, because they make you win matches. They make you win championship. I like humble players. Very nice, cool guy. Very few of those that I like. Kolotori. But I'm not really a fan of those kind of people. So letting that guy go to was sad for me. Precious, I must say why problem, because Dan the Bull and his mate that they played together. I don't know what the issue is. So can you please explain that issue to me? I don't know what the issue is. Mokachi and Mikel, I don't understand what the issue is. Tosin Michael, these two people don't retire for national team, so I don't understand what is the issue. What's the issue? Tosin Michael, with United link with Jack Grealish, I feel Uli is preparing for life after Pogba. What's your view on that? Okay. I'm one of those people who believe that Pogba should still play one more season for Manchester United, especially with the arrival of Bruno Fernandes. Now, this is my reason. You know, when Santi Cazorla was playing, Ozil was fantastic. And Santi Cazorla stopped playing, got injured, and then Ozil disappeared. People like Pogba need a catalyst. And when you look at the French national team when they had Kante, N'Golo Kante, and the other guy, Blaise Matuidi. Blaise Matuidi was the catalyst for Pogba. There's somebody who helps him run, who gets the ball. He likes to play those 1-2, 1-2, Jojo, then break into the box. It's not a Lampard. It's not a Steven Gerrard. It's not a Postecoglou. So I think that Bruno Fernandes will make Pogba a better player. But if they want to let him go and bring in Jack Grealish, I think Manchester United already have players that play like Jack Grealish. Or that's Sean, McTominay. There are players who play like Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is just a package, but the game is going bad and he needs to hold the game by the scruff of the neck. Nothing. You know, there are just a few lucky games here and there, one season wonder, and then all of a sudden English press, putting icing on me, putting, a whole lot maple syrup and making him look like, oh, is he, that season that, what's it called? This Arsenal midfielder, Jack Wilshere, played moving back and forth, and everybody's, oh, is he? I'm not saying Jack Grealish is going to be like Jack Wilshere, but I don't think it's worth all the hype and all the noise and all that. Crippled Pogba still play by Jack Grealish. So who's happy that they're playing for Manchester United? People who don't have character, people who don't have personality, who are grateful that Manchester United even signed them in the first place. But Jack Grealish and Paul Pogba in the same sentence, come on, cut me some slack. It's like saying because Kawhi Leonard had 1 or 2 fantastic seasons, now it's in the same conversation with Michael Jordan. Oh, now let's talk about Kawhi Leonard and Michael Jordan in the same sentence. Now that's a sin. That is insulting the Holy Trinity. Now. Come on, that is saying that the Holy Spirit is the same thing with Shango. Come on, I beg. Jack Grealish, may go look bush, never rich. I'm not angry, but sometimes when I've seen people, I see everywhere. Opta Joe, Football Joe, BBC, what's it called? Daily Mail, everybody's talking about this Grealish. The idea is to make him a £150 million player. The British press will rate a player so high, his value go up, Her Majesty makes some money from tax. That's just it. It's something that we need to learn over here anyway. It's something we need to learn here because if we learn it, we'll make money. Nigerian Jack Grealish, McTominay, me. I'll pick McTominay ahead of Jack Grealish. Should be Jack Grealish. There you go, Luke Bush. Okay. Matthias Jacob, he said, me too. I'm struggling with network today. Oh, sorry. Everybody who's struggling with network, sorry. I think today is Friday, so it means that the next show will be on Monday. I pray by then we'll have good network. Oladiran Oluwatosi say BBC call you for an interview. Will you? But I won't work for them. That's the part. I won't work for them. Oluwaseyi said, which club is the bigger club between Arsenal and Chelsea in terms of pedigree and fan base? First off, I can't count their fans. 2, both clubs are above 100 years old. Today, I'm an Arsenal fan, but today, all those words pedigree in a grammar. Today, Chelsea is a bigger club than Arsenal. Right now, it's like the Olympics. If you win 2 million bronze medal and 2 million silver medal, and somebody wins 1 gold medal, is ahead of you. I think Arsenal fans and the rest. I'm an Arsenal fan. I love Arsenal. I'm not going to change. But let's give respect where it is due. That's where it is okay to live and live well. When you learn how to give respect to people that have earned it. Arsenal and Chelsea right now, they are not on the same lane. Yeah, you might count trophies, but we'll talk about valuable trophies. Arsenal have more FA Cup, more league title than them. Yes, but on here, see how it is. So, because it is the World Cup that England won in '66 that they are still using to brag to tomorrow. Imagine if they didn't have the World Cup, they are the worst country in the whole world. But because they won the World Cup in '66, they're calling them, anytime they qualify for World Cup, they're calling them favorites, even though we know that they will never win the World Cup. So it's one of those things you look at and like, goal scorer. African Cup of Nations alongside Okocha and two other guys. Where does Kenati stand for you among Africa's best strikers from 2000 to date? Don't mention players that my generation won't know. Okay, Freddie Kanoti, the king of them all is Samuel Eto'o. Freddie Kanoti, you have Manasseh Adebayo, you have Obafemi Akinwumi Martins, you have who else came again? Okay, so in the order, I'm going to put it this way. Samuel Eto'o first. The next person in line will be Emmanuel Sheyi Adebayo. And this is my reason. There's one thing Adebayo did that will forever stay in my head. You remember that World Cup that they qualified for? Sheyi Adebayo scored 11 goals in that. Zuma, in Mbisise Zuma, in South Africa. You have all of these guys that are playing and doing well. Sheyi Adebayo played for Togo, a team that have only 3 foreign-based players. Only Sheyi Adebayo was the top one. The rest were just Fetemuye players, were just rotten apples. Adebayo scored 11 goals against some of the top countries in Africa, Egypt, this one, that one, Ghana, and the rest of them. So, and then play for Arsenal, play for Spurs, play for Manchester City. And they scored a lot of goals, you know, with one of the worst team ever in Africa. So for me, it's second, Freddie Kanoti, third. In that period, Nigeria did not really have a consistent striker. Okay, Obafemi fourth. After Obafemi Martins, Agawa was also from 2000. So I put Agawa there in the mix. He goes on and on and on and on and on. Ooh. So I put Agawa there in the mix. Agawa and Obafemi Martins. So Michael, he said, I'm not saying Grealish is in Pogba level, but with controversy surrounding Pogba, Raiola making things up when you want to talk about, if you look at all the older players, them Graham Souness, the rest of them that talk about Pogba, they talk about Pogba not just for the game, but you could see bitterness and hatred. Okay, so Mino Raiola is the agent of Pogba. Pogba is his biggest player. 50% of the product, his image would diminish. So it is up to Mino Raiola to step up and talk up Pogba's chances. Boxing is a good example. I do not agree that Muhammad Ali is the best boxer of all time in terms of fighting. But what Muhammad Ali said about his brand made him the greatest. I will rate Muhammad Ali ahead of Mike Tyson. I will not. Oh, Muhammad Ali. Oh boy. No boxer in history was beaten like Muhammad Ali. Yes. But he talk up his chances. I'm the greatest. I'm the this. I'm the that. And that's keep his brand. That put his brand as the greatest. Every time you hear the word greatest, the first thing you think of is Muhammad Ali. So, Mino Raiola is investment. Nobody know Pogba from the beginning. It was Mino Raiola. If you ever work with grassroots club owners, you know how much they spend in players. And then you wake up one morning and you're talking down that player. No. Those players, those ex-players, those post schools, right? Kane, Gary Neville, Phil Neville, the rest of them, they would blame Pogba even when he did not play and Man United lost. So there's a problem. There is an agenda in that conversation. So in that kind of place, Mino Raiola needs to stand up and talk. That's what an agent does. If I'm your agent, my job is to protect your interests on and off the field. But people don't see that. My job is to protect your interests on and off. I'm on your side. I'm not in the middle. I'm on your side. I'm your shield. The way Bible puts it, I'm your shield and your buckler, your refuge and your fortress. I will go to war for you. Assemblies of God. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow, wait till you go find there. Who send you? But then God will stand up. That's the same thing. That's what an agent does for you. Even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of Finevi and Poscos, and Mino Raiola will be there. So I don't think there's a problem with Mino Raiola. The problem is with ex-Manchester United players who cannot reason beyond the money they earn in comparison to what this guy is earning. So it's outrageous anyway, but come on. It's one of those things. Dida, he said, so sad I can't get on here due to bad signal. Is it coming from my side? My signal is good. Oh. My signal test is showing very formidable signal here. Okay, you in the future? No. First time we met was in 2017 in Kano when this project was starting. And I'm that kind of guy. You don't like me, I don't like you. Fisayo does not like me. I don't know for what reason. I have not done anything to him, but the energy was not good. There's no chance that's gonna happen. There's no chance that's gonna happen. I've not met him before. I've not done anything, but I see his work. I used to retweet, and I like anybody who like Nigerian football. Well, that day we played the game. I was in pains. My knee was hurting me. Anyway, his energy towards me was not good. I don't think I even need fence mending. I don't even know if I didn't see. No, I think I read everybody's message. I read every. Chijoke, is it on this video that we're doing? Because we're 10 minutes to the end of this show. I read everything. Mark said, which of the Super Eagles player could be a big move in this? First off, the buyout clause in this contract is 70 million. If there becomes a bidding war between Chelsea, Manchester United, Barcelona, and Real Madrid, as we're hearing, I think he has a good agent already. The agent is doing what those South American players agent does, what European agent does. I think they need to do more. And then we also owe Victor Osimhen this. We need to hype him. We need to talk him big. We need to make noise about him. We need to see, that's something we don't do here. We don't push our own that much. We wait for people to be successful before we start celebrating. And then when they snub us, because when I'm already successful, I was telling somebody this afternoon, I was having a conversation about this thing I'm doing. And the guy like, oh, these people should push you, these people should push you. And you call me that, oh, I want to do this, I want you to come, and I tell you I'm not coming. I say, oh, Elegote TV is a snub. Or I tell you I'll come, but you have to pay me so and so money because there is nothing for you to leverage on. And then maybe somebody else will call me, somebody like Ali Babana will call me to come and cover one kind, like something that is not important, and I will carry all my equipment there. And you'll be like, why? Because that guy has given me support, and you refuse to give me support. It's a normal thing. So at that point, that's the way it is. And the guy's like, well. So we need to push Osimhen up. We need to, every time we talk about Osimhen, we need to talk about him in the light of knowing that this is the next top striker for the Super Eagles. This is the top striker for the Super Eagles right now. This is a player that might just break a lot of transfer numbers for African players. This is also a player that possibly, you might just be looking at the guy, the first Nigerian player that could $1 million. I see that coming. So we need to be talking him big, like really mention him a lot, argue about him, discuss him. You can say he's better than Harry Kane, he's better than Messi, he's better. Yes, let that conversation be out there. Let people talk about them, because that's something we don't do that much about our own, and that's what kills our players. We only wait for them to do giveaway. Then we'll talk about them for that week and then we'll forget. Messi does not need to do giveaway for people to talk about them. So think about it, guys. Jesus. Almost when did I forget Drogba? Already connected to go to number 4. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like my head full. Not this. That's just a mistake. Venom, are you really black, or is it that just makeup? No, I'm white. I'm actually white. It's a makeup. I use a black face to blacken myself. I am 100% black. I'm a Jesus Christ. It's not even a question. Like I'm black. I can't even makeup. Okay, Tosin say with recent Messi performances, is he slowing down? He has been a shadow of himself in the last 2 Clásicos. He's still the top goal scorer in La Liga. I don't know if you remember that one. His team is still on top of the logo. They are still in the Champions League. So I need to understand what you mean by slowing down. One or two bad season does not. I mean, if Messi slows down for the rest of his career, he's earned the right to slow down. He's human. He's worked. He's at a retirement stage. So come on. Messi should not be discussion anymore. His form should not be in the conversation. In the history of football, no 2 players have stayed as consistent at the top of the world game like Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. So at this stage, if they're not playing well, they're not, living up to that expectation that they set up. As slow down as they are still the standard bar for a lot of people. So come on, Messi and Slodan is the top goal scorer in La Liga. Who is on fire? Is looking for a replacement for Sergio Busquets, and I mentioned in one forum that the best bet for them is Wilfred Ndidi. Wilfred Ndidi is really young, so there's no subsidy like all those African age, and then it will fit into that system well because he's a wardrobe. He's a guy who locks up in. His ball usage, his ball distribution is not as effective and efficient as what a Barcelona standard would require. So that's where I fear. It was like Alexander Song when he was playing for Arsenal. It was, it was the balls, it was spraying passes, it was doing everything. When I was going to Barcelona, I said to somebody that this guy not going to play for this team because in Barcelona they make hard thing look so easy. You think you just stroll in there and you will play. The thing is, Barcelona football 2 hours without breaking sweat because it's more of thinking before the ball comes to you, you must already have 3 confirmed options to send the ball to, whether to your side, to the front, or to your back. But you must have 3 confirmed options, clear-cut options, not lucky ones. And then there are other 2 extra. National League football. To go and play for an Arsenal team that might not even qualify for Europa if Kess not taken. If the season is voided, I don't know how they will do it anyway. So let's see how it goes. But I would think that there is room for improvement in his game, and he should take the gamble and go to Arsenal. Go to Barcelona if they come for him, and then we'll see what can happen. But then Manchester United, going to Manchester United. Manchester United, do they really need a defensive midfielder? Well, they do. They do need a defensive midfielder because if they get a Wilfred Ndidi, Wilfred Ndidi might just make it easy for a Pogba and Bruno Fernandes to play up front. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would like to play. Yeah, I'm having fun, and just like play, 1 hour has come to an end. We've exhausted an hour on the show already, and this is where I have to say thank you to everybody. By everybody, I mean every broadcast will be on Monday by 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Anywhere you are in the world, sorry if maybe the network wasn't good on your end and you didn't get to enjoy it, but it is still going to be running on our page. You can, on our YouTube channel, you can 30 seconds already. So it's time to call it a wrap on the show. I want to say thank you to everybody who made this show a reality today. And those of you who were unable to join in, sorry about that. You can watch it on the YouTube channel later. Those of you joining late as well, you can as well enjoy the conversation. Let's make it a date again on Monday, 6 p.m. Let's have fun. Thank you very much for being here for me. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. We appreciate you. Let's grow together and make Elegoted TV and all other content producers around the world great. God bless you guys. I love you. My name, once again, is Edafi Matthew. Bye.